about, while we have individual faces that have come to the fore, now what needs to be established is that is it possible that such large number of people can come out in a coordinated manner, act in a coordinated manner without any guidance coming in from behind. Very interesting is the development that happened before the violence broke out. There was a band call that was given by Zafar Hayat Hashmi, which was after in consultation with the police, on paper at least, theoretically pulled back, withdrawn, and but eventually, finally on that day, 3rd of June, the violence did happen. Those promises were obviously not kept. Mohsin Raza of the BJP is now joining us on the phone line. Sir, your dispensation is cracking down on culprits. Mr. Raza, can you hear me? Right, we'll try and get him on the line once again. But I was asking Amir earlier, and let me go back to him on this if he can hear me. Amir, you were talking about the police still needs to interrogate and establish if there was a bigger hand behind the violence that happened that day, who was funding them. Now, there has been scanner on Hayat Hashmi for WhatsApp chats, for coordinating people when it came to this ban. What more do we know on that front?
Well, yes, indeed. The police will actually have to link all such evidences it has found out on the ground with the evidences that stay on social media, by way of telephone conversations, by way of bank account transfers, as far as the accused persons are involved. They do have in custody, obviously, some of the main conspirators who of course been sent for 14-day judicial custody. The police did want their remand, but so far they are inside the jail. But we do believe that police will request the court to grant them custody, and once they have all these persons together, they can one by one question them in detail and find out as to how they are linked with this kind of violence that actually erupted on Friday. Now, the posters that have been released by the police will definitely be very crucial as far as finding the involvement of all such persons been pictured in these how related with the main conspirators. That detail will definitely emerge after the police goes further in its investigation. So this definitely is a very significant step ahead. The printing of posters, and now once they are out on social media, to make it much more easier for the police to trace each of these accused with the help of the public, and also to once they are in that we will be questioning details.
Right. In fact, the police have now come out to say that these posters will be pasted all across the streets in Kanpur so that it becomes accessible for the people, so that it becomes easier for anybody who has any information around the identity of these people to come forth with that information. This poster also has a mobile number that has been put out. But Amir, tell us, is it the only list of people? Is it the first poster of its kind? Is it the only poster, or are there more such posters that we will see of in this case?
Well, definitely, Priya, there will be more posters that will be printed by the police, because the police is still, midway as far as its investigation is concerned. It will definitely have to first pull out the pictures of all such people who may be involved into this violent incident. This is, of course, the first poster which it has released now, with the faces of 50 of the accused who were found on the ground in action, during the violence that erupted this Friday. So this definitely is the first and the most crucial step in terms of identifying the accused who were part of the mob that created mayhem on Nai Sadak in the Bekanganj area of Kanpur. And as I was saying earlier, once these people are in the police net, it will be much easier for the police to question them in detail and to relate as to how they were related with the main conspirators, and whether there was an involvement of an organization as was being initially thought of, whether it is PFI, CFI or SDPI or some other organization. Remember, there is also a UP Police ATS team which is actually this entire case, although the matter hasn't been officially handed over to them. But yes, the anti-terrorist squad team is also here. They have, although stayed on the sidelines as far as the investigation is concerned. It is mainly the Kanpur police and the crime branch of the Kanpur police which has taken up the task of investigation into the entire matter. But therefore, but the fact that the ATS is involved into the investigation does not rule out that there is no involvement of any terrorist organization. So we'll have to wait for some more time.
Yes, and so scrupulous is this analysis that they must have scanned through hours of footage, and very diligently they have come out with pictures of those who have been seen caught in action on that day, 3rd of June in Kanpur. My colleague Poonam now joins us. So Poonam, just run us through what really are the details that come across in that poster.
Right, there are 40 images that have been put out on this particular poster by the police. There's also a phone number that's given out there for anybody who can identify who these people are. But what's interesting is that, of course, there was meticulous monitoring of the CCTV footage, after which all of these men have been unmasked and their pictures have been put out on this particular poster. But in some of them, you can actually see them in action. There are people that have stones like the one in picture number 1. There is another one, picture number 21, 31, 33, 40 as well, 38. A lot of these pictures, you can actually see them with stones in their hands. So they're really caught in action, caught red-handed, so to say, and which is why it is going to be extremely crucial to identify who these men are. At least 40 so far have now been identified from the CCTV footage by the local administration, by the UP police, and they have now been unmasked, really. Of course, more information needs to come in as to the identity of these people, which is also why the police is seeking information and have put out a phone number there for anybody who can provide those leads.
Right, and while there are those who have been caught on camera, there are others who have also been operating behind the scenes but have played an equally devious and important role in this case as well.